In this video, I'm just going to look at some of the things that I've liked about my Q4 over the first 2,000 miles. So starting with the MMI system, which is pretty quick and responsive. The mapping works really well. And I quite like having the satellite images overlaid over the top of the mapping. All the menu options respond quickly to your touch. And the system's just really intuitive and simple to use. I definitely think it's more intuitive than BMW's iDrive system, which we have in our i3. I'm also a big fan of the physical buttons for the heating and ventilation controls. Now, the actual controls aren't lit at night, but they're easy to locate. They're directly below the matching items on the screen, and they're simple to use. I find the controls easier to use than the touchscreen ones that we had in our C3. The next thing on the things that I liked is something completely pointless. It's the light up logos that come on when you unlock the car at night, and when you open the door, the S-Line logo is lit up on the sill. Pointless, but fun. I love it. I also love the S-Line seats, which in this car are only part leather, but they still have the high seat backs, and being 6'5", this is the first time I've had a car where the seat backs come up to my shoulders. I'd say the seats were at least as comfortable as the seats we had in our 520 diesel SE. Moving on to the instruments, I like the way that you can always see the battery percentage and miles left, no matter what view you have it on. Those details are always there. Going back to the MMI and the virtual cockpit, I like the fact that you can have your Apple CarPlay running on the center screen and your mapping on your gauge cluster at the same time. So you can have one map on one screen and a completely different map on the other screen. So I quite like the ability to have one map that faces north and the other map facing the direction that you're travelling in. And I know what you're wondering, can you have the Apple Maps running, giving navigation at the same time as the car's own map does navigation? Unfortunately, when you start route guidance on one of the systems, the route guidance stops on the other one. So you can only have one set of navigation run at a time. So looking at charging speeds and running costs, I've only done one ultra rapid charge at Ionity in Perth, where I took it from 7% to 80% in 41 minutes. And we peaked at 118 kilowatts, which is pretty good going. The rest of my charging has been mostly done on destination chargers local to my house, which aren't particularly fast. But they are free, so in nearly 2,200 miles of driving, I have spent under £30 on electricity. That's pretty good going. Up until now, the best car I've owned has definitely been a 520 diesel SE. But I'd say the Q4 is better. For what we use it for, it's an incredibly practical and cheap to run car. Thanks for watching.